with anything we do. All right, so today you've got your songbooks, you've got your memories also. How many K memory have we each got? And our memory is a little bit like a floppy disk from before. We can suddenly find we don't have what we thought on the floppy disk. So we can say the verse Srimad Chaitanya Saraswat Matavara. You know that verse? Of the verse to, I'm not sure, it should be there, I hope it's there. It's the verse to the glories of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, as composed by Guru Maharaj in 1941, which is 81 years ago. Srimad Chaitanya. You can look in the index. Anyway, we'll recite it here in a moment. First we can recite Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvijay Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srimad Chaitanya Saraswata Matavara Udgita Kirti Jayashri Vibrat Sambhati Ganga Tata Nikata Nabadipa Kalaji Raje Yatra Shri Gaura Saraswata Mata Nirata Gaura Gata Grinanti Nityang Rupanuga Shri Kritamati Guru Gauranga Radha Jitasha. In the holy abode of transcendental touchstone, Sri Navadip Dham, the self-same Sri Vrindavan, in the land of Koladeep, whose inner identity is the king of mountains Sri Govardhan, near the charming shores of the holy river Bhagirathi, who delivers all the fallen souls, stands that grand and glorious King of all temples, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. In that beautiful retreat, the surrendered devotees, whose lives are the message of Sri Gaura, are eternally absorbed in the loving service of the Divine Master, the Golden Lord Gauranga, and the loving Lord Sri Govinda Sundar with his consort Srimati Gandhava, accompanied by all their beloved associates. With hearts always filled with good hope. So, now here's something you can hope for, you can wish for, okay? With hearts always filled with good hope, to attain the grace of the Lord, following faithfully in the line of Sri Sri Rupa and Raghunath, the storekeepers of the unlimited treasure of pure sweet love divine, those surrendered souls ever sing the unending glories of the transcendental name and qualities of the most magnanimous, original Supreme Lord, Sri Sri Gauranga Sundar. Indeed, the hearts of all beings, moving and still, marvel at the glory of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat as they take shelter in the soothing, affectionate shade of the victory flag that flies aloft and sings wholeheartedly to the world the ever-expanding renown of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. Bearing that banner of all transcendental benedictions, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ever shines resplendent in all its magnificence. And this translation is a translation of Gurudev's Bengali poem that he made describing the mat. And I'm there when Gurudev is discussing, debating, explaining with Sagar Maharaj this translation. And when finally this, because finally when this came out, it wasn't just 20 minutes and they sit down. Day after day, Gurudev thinking, saying, Sagar Maharaj bringing back, Gurudev adjusting, everything. And then finally, when this came out, Gurudev very happy and said, from now on, this will be the translation to use for the Srimad Chaitanya Saraswati composition of Srila Guru Maharaj. So Gurudev was very happy with this, with the English, not just, with the Bengali, with the Sanskrit, but with the English. And when we know that some things are like carved by his own hand, then we're happy to say. Because some things are translations which may not be like directly coming from Gurudev, but this had his personal attention. So this, the matte logo, that evolved over various incarnations. It evolved to be what it is. And finally, Gurudev very happy with the matte logo. So the matte logo, this translation of the Srimad Chaitanya Saraswati Matavara Udgita Kirti Jaya Singh verse, these are two of several which are like Gurudev's own very particular gifts to the world.
Gurudev designed the logo.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And the design started with the idea and then the actual logo, bit by bit, coming to Gurudev, and it went through various changes. As the text here, as I said, it's not that Gurudev saw the text, made a few changes, okay, now it's done. But he gave attention to the words, the expression, the mood. And so over some days, this came out, not just shortly. And also over some days, the logo manifested. And then from Venezuela, they made iron-on stickers, not maybe like stickers or something. So you can get some cloth and with a hot iron, you can iron it on.
They made flags also. Flags.
Maybe flag. Oh, yes, we've seen many different flags. But those iron-on stickers, they came in various colors. Mm-hmm. And you know that the sky is blue, water is also blue. Yeah, sky is blue, the sun is orange, the water is blue. And lotuses generally have some lotus-like color. And then some of these stickers, they were quite sort of, can't say psychedelic, but they had like red water and different things. It wasn't exactly what you'd expect. But these came to Guru. Everything comes to Gurudev. And then Gurudev saw, and I did ask Gurudev, should we give a nudge to the devotees that they should keep the water blue and the sun like orange like this? And Gurudev was actually happy to see all those stickers, and he said, oh, all colors they can use. This logo can go everywhere. He said he wanted the logo to go everywhere. So he was happy with all the variety of colors, that the logo will look attractive. It will be attractive. All right. So I'm here briefly this morning because I have to take a special aeroplane. I'll come back after an hour after the aeroplane. But today we go to Australia, to the devotees there. And they are in a remote corner of the world too. Guru Maharaj said about California to Goswami Maharaj, now you're going off to some remote corner of the world. And of course, everyone, wherever they live, think it's the center of the world. Those who live in Bulgaria think it's the center of the world. And they think it's the best place. Those who live in any country think it's the center of the world. Similarly, those who live in California definitely think California is the center of the world. And Goswami Maharaj said, I was a little surprised. Guru Maharaj said, I'm going to some remote corner of the world to distribute Mahaprabhu's message. Then he said, it struck me, the center is Navadip. And not only that, the center is Kolardeep, the most generous place, as we read a couple of days ago in the introduction, Guru Maharaj's own introduction to the Sermons of the Garden of Devotion, Volume 1, where Guru Maharaj is saying that here we find the most generous aspect, the most generous Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna combined, coming to distribute to one and all the highest thing. We find the most generous aspect of the Lord in his most generous place and feature. And that was Koladeep, when he came to, after some years, maybe 4 or 5, I think after 5 years of taking sannyas, after that time, he came back to Navadip, trying to go to Vrindavan. And at that time, he was there in that area of Koladeep, and there he gave the highest gift to everybody, to all. So we are also remembering our fortune that we've come in touch with such people, places, conception, current, everything. And now we have to try to utilize it nicely. And what a beautiful pranam for the mat. What a beautiful logo, what beautiful masters, what beautiful process. We're all happily doing what is seva. It is not a hard work like catching that bus every morning to go, leaving home at 6 so you can, or 6:30 so you can be at work by 8, and then wait until 5, come home by 6:30, have a meal, watch TV, go to bed and do it again. We're not asking people to do that. We're asking people to chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Offer your food, chant Hare Krishna, read something every day, get nourished, and stay healthy. Get nourished and stay healthy. The world is all for healthiness. So we need to get good nourishment. So we're going to sing something, and maybe have time to read a little bit of something. And then I'll leave you to it today. And we can sing, Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura. That is very, very informative, helpful for us, and refers to the 6 senses to control, the 6 unfavorable, damaging things for one's devotion, and the 6 favorable, nourishing things for one's devotion. The 6 kinds of association with the devotees. All this prayer is coming within the Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakur song. So Saraswati, over to you. You can sing Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakur. Kindly. And in the morning, if we can, traditionally we will sing with a 1, 2, 3 beat. But sometimes we can't actually change our brain into a 3 beat when we're used to singing a song with a 2 beat. So it is all about the content. So don't get too caught up on the technicality, but it's good to know what we should do if we can do. Whoops. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura, Daya Rasagara, Eda Se Karuna Kori. Diya parachaya shor ho he amare tomara charana dhori. Jaya Vegadomi Jaya Dosha Shori Jaya Guna Deho Dase. Jaya Sat Sangha Deho He Amare Bosechi Sangera She. Nekaki Amara Nahi Paya Bala Hari Nama Sankirtane. Tumi Kripa Kori Shradha Binduriya Deho Krishna Nama Dhane. Krishna se tomara Krishna rite paro tomara shakati ache. Ami to Ganga Krishna Krishna boli rai tava pache pache. Rai tava pache pache. Krishna dhana pavarase rai tava pache pache. Umi dile undite paro. Krishna toma hridoye ran. Umi dile undite paro. Krishna Deva Shakti Dhara Tumi Dile Udite Paro. Amito Kangala Krishna Krishna Boli Dai Tava Pache Pache. Oh hey Vaishnav Thakur, oh hey Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, oh hey Vaishnav Thakur. Oh hey Vaishnav Thakur, oh hey Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, oh hey Vaishnav Thakur. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Krishna Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. And okay, no tests this morning because no time for a test, so all is good. But by tomorrow you will have revised, no doubt. 6 senses to control, you know already, right? Yes, okay. And the 6 unfavorable things, you know already? Right? Yes, says yes. And the 6 favorable things, you know already. The Upadeshamritam, the very important guidance for our lives. All right, so we are today going to read first from Revealed Truth. And Revealed Truth, I hope I'm on the right page. Aha. So Jai Shri Revealed Truth Ki Jai, and its author Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And we are reading still on the first chapter. The first chapter is dealing with the first of the 10 fundamental principles which are given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Dasa Mula Tattva composition. And this chapter is dealing with the first, which is that revelation is the proof. What is the wording? Revelation is the proof of the goal. And if we quickly come to find that, we should be able to. 3, 2, 1. Revealed knowledge establishes the truth. This whole idea. When something's revealed to you, when you know the sun, when you see the sun, the sunlight, you know. Oopsie daisy, sorry phone. It's restarting. If you're a blind man, you lived in the dungeon all your life, you're born in the dungeon and someone takes you, you see the sun. You don't have to start going to the scripture and say about the sun and analyze about the sun. You see the sun. I've seen the sun. So revealed truth, when we see, then revealed knowledge establishes the truth. We're on this chapter that Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj is addressing this issue. All right, so Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. I need a bit more light because the day has got brighter. All right, we're on in the English book, page number 57. And we did start at the beginning of the book, but we're now up to page 57. Srila Gurudev is saying something which I hope we all understand, that we are conditioned souls. And when we think about our conditioned position, we may think that we are hopeless. But we can pray to Gurudev. You have full power, and you are kind to the fallen souls. Please give your merciful attention to me, and make me a good servitor of yourself, Lord Sri Krishna, and of Srimati Radharani. So please give your merciful attention to me and make me a good servitor of yourself, of Lord Sri Krishna and of Srimati Radharani. And this is very parallel to the theme that we were reading of from Srila Guru Maharaj, where Srila Guru Maharaj is saying, anything good that comes to us, we'll give that credit to the devotees. And we'll say, yes, even that I have faith, even that I have anything at all, that's by the grace of the devotees. And it's not made up, it is the situation. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu. So, continuing through this song of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And the meaning of that is, Shri Guru is an ocean of mercy and the friend of the fallen. And Gurudev, the very first sentence we read was, we are conditioned souls. So we are fallen, so we need a good friend. All right, Gurudev saying, Gurudev is very merciful to the conditioned souls, and his attention especially goes to those who are most fallen. Gurudev is like an affectionate father. If a father has 5 sons, but one of his sons feels some deficiency because he is unqualified or unhappy, then the father gives special attention and nourishment to that son so that he may be promoted. Finally, Srila Narottam Thakur mentions his Gurudev's name, Lokanath Lokera Jivana. That Lokanath Goswami, Lokanath Prabhu is my Gurudev. He is my life and soul, my everything. And these are the glories of his mercy. Then the last 2 lines of the verse. Ha ha Prabhu, Korodoya, Deho More Parachaya, Tua Pare Loyala Sharana. Then Narottam Das Thakur prays, O Gurudev, I want your full attention. Please be merciful to me. Again and again I am taking shelter at your lotus feet. I do not know if I am properly surrendering to you, but please give your full attention to me. Only through your divine grace will I be connected with Lord Krishna, receive transcendental knowledge, and be engaged in Lord Krishna's service. Please be merciful to me. Oh look, here's the logo on the next page. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat's logo, designed personally by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Very true, very true. We were discussing this just before. Now Srila Gurudev saying, on the logo of our Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat, you can see the sun, some water, and a lotus. These are symbolic. The lotus represents the Jiva soul, the servitor of Krishna. The sun represents Krishna. And the water represents Gurudev. When a lotus lives in the protection of water, it blooms, and the sun's rays give life to the lotus. But when a lotus is taken out of water and kept in a dry place, the sun burns it. The logo of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat means that when we live under the protection of Gurudev, Krishna will always be merciful to us. But that without the shelter of Gurudev, we have no hope. Jai Shriman Mahaprabhu Shri Gauranga Sundar Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Shri Radha Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. And Jai Shri Giriraj on his way to Mexico Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So if Krishna becomes angry with us, our Gurudev can save us from Krishna's anger. He can give us some nourishment and life. But if our Gurudev becomes angry with us, nothing can save us. Not even Krishna can help us. Gurudev's mercy is even more beneficial and essential than Krishna's mercy. This is the essential point. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti said, Yasya prashadat bhagavat prasado, Yasya prasadan nagati katopi, Jayangs tuvangs tasya yasas tri sandyam, Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. And the translation is given here beside it. I offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Sri Guru, praising and meditating upon his glory at the three junctions of the day. By his grace one gains the Lord's grace. Without his grace one has no shelter anywhere. And so we should start our day, the junction of night today, by meditating on the Lord, and the Gayatri Mantra in particular is being referred to here, because the Gayatri Mantrams are for meditation, and we hear that repeatedly. Oh dear. The Gayatri Mantrams are for meditation. So the principle is at the junction of night and day, the junction of the sun rising and going down, and the junction of the day and night, then we are to meditate upon the mercy of Sri Guru. We must consider that Krishna's mercy appears to us in the form of our Gurudev's mercy. This means that when our Gurudev is happy with us, Krishna must also be happy with us. And when Krishna is happy with us, our Gurudev will be happy with us. Jai. This is our Gurudev's position, and in this way we will always see that all auspicious and beneficial wealth comes to us through Gurudev. Gurudev is our true shelter. And now the next part is the top of page 59, and it's a new subheader called The Supreme Servitor. However, I have a duty to do, as you heard some buzzing just now. I have a duty to do, so I need to go just now to meet other good souls as yourselves and yourselves. So I'm going to let you continue the morning program here with a temple full of visible and invisible devotees. Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. So you can give the reading to however you do. Don't worry, the room is very quiet. I'm sure someone will make a devotional sound very soon and be with you.
We can maybe sing one song and then we can read a little bit of Papanjali, because it's better if Maharaj continuously.
Or we can just sing more songs.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Please, Prabhu, sing page 56.
Jivanamrita and Revealed Truth from Maharaj to continue tomorrow. We are going to just read a few verses from the Prabhana Jivanamrita by Srila Bhakti Srila Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. So we were in chapter Prabhana Jivanamrita, we were in chapter 3. We're going to take turns. So the positive and progressive immortalities. This is Prabhana Jivanamrita. Chapter 3, and we were in verse 10. Page 42. Page 42. So we are going to attend reading the Sanskrit here. Sadhu Sangat Sarvam Eva Sulapam. Tulayama Lavenapina Swargam Napunar Bhavam. Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya Matyanam Kim Utasis Saha. Sri Saunaka Dinam. Only by the association of pure devotees, sadhu sangha, is everything happily achieved. The attainment of heaven or liberation cannot even slightly compare with the immeasurable fortune gained by the association of an associate of the Supreme Lord. What then can be said of the petty dominion and assets of mortal men? This is by the sages of Naimisaranya, headed by Saunaka Rishi. Next one.
Guru Padarasya eva mukhyam. Tasmat gurum prapagyekta gikya susreja uttamam sabde pare chanishnatam brahmani pasamasrajam. Sri Prabhudasya. Of all sadhu sangha, the foremost is the service of the lotus feet of the bona fide spiritual master or Sadguru. Thus, a person in search of the ultimate Thus, a person in search of the ultimate good should surrender to the Guru, who knows well the Vedic scriptures, Sabda Brahman, and the Supreme Absolute Lord Parabrahman, and for whom the mundane world holds no charms whatsoever.
And the lotus feet of the Sadguru, divine relationship, practice and objective, Sambandha, Abhideya and Payojana are all achieved. Those divine practices of pure devotional service that please the self-giving Sri Hari, who gives himself to his devotees, will be learned by continuously serving such a Guru with full sincerity, knowing him to be one's dearmost well-wishing friend and the supremely worshipful embodiment of Sri Hari.
Verse 13. Tadiyaratanam param paladam. Mad janmanaha palam idam madhu kaitavare. Mad prataniya mad anugraha esa eva. Tvat britya paricharaka britya britasya brityam itimam smara lokanat. Shri Kulashekarasya. Devotional service rendered to the devotees bestow the highest fruit. O Supreme Lord of all beings, O Slayer of the demon Madhu and Kaitava, this is the purpose of my life, this is my prayer, and this is your grace, that you will remember me as your servant, a servant of a servant of a Vaishnava, a servant of a servant of such a servant of a servant of a Vaishnava, and a servant of a servant of the servant of a servant of a Vaishnava servant's servant. Shri Kulashekara.
Tadija Shivanam Nahi Tusham. Janavalabakam Keshid Karma Valabakam Karma Balambakam Bhajan Tu Haridashanam Padat Rana Balambaka Sri Dashi Kara Karayasha. Service to the Lord's devotee is not a trifling matter. Some people take shelter in the path of action, karma, while others take shelter in the path of knowledge, jnana. But as far as we are concerned, we have chosen the sandals of the servants of Lord Hari as the only refuge.
Exclusive dedication is born from service to the devotees. My friends may forsake me and my traditional teachers may denounce me, but the light of my life will always be Sri Govinda, the personification of divine ecstasy.
Verse 16. Aprakrita rati udajas cha jatat vadantu sastrani jatat vyakyantu tarkika jivanam mam chaitanya padamboya sudaiva tu Sri Prabodhananda Padanam. Supramundane attachment also develops. The scriptures may say whatever they have to say in the various areas of jurisdiction, and the expert logicians may interpret them as their wish. But as far as I am concerned, the sweet nectar of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Chandra is my life and soul. This is by Sri Prabodhananda Saraswati. And we can stop here. Or you can read the last one.
Okay. Sadhya Sheva Shankalpa Bhavantan Evanucharan Nirantara Prashanta Nishesha Mano Prathantara Kadaham Aikantika Nitya Kinkara Praharsha Yishyami Sanatha Jivitam Sri Yamunacharyasya. An earnest aspiration to achieve perfection in devotional service. When will I bloom in a life of servitude as your eternal devotee, my heart pacified due to all other desires being consumed by engagement in your uninterrupted service? Sri Yamunacharya.
Jai Sri Prabhupada Bhakti.
Jai.
Do you want to sing Harihara?
Okay. Harihara Janama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopala Govindara Sri Madhusudan Hari Gopinath Dana Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Radhar Srivastava Gaurava Jaya Rupa Sanatana Shiva Gopala Vadana Saraswati जय श्री कृष्ण श्री गुरु गौरांग राधा जी की जय। ओम शुभाश भक्ति तिलक महाराज की जय। ओम शुभाश भक्ति निर्मल महाराज की जय। ओम शुभाश भक्ति सुंदर गोविंद दत्त गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। ओम शुभाश भक्ति साक्षी दत्त गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुगा गुरु वर्ग की जय। नाम चार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। रमात वैष्णव मंडल की जय। भक्ति वृंदा तुलसी महारानी की जय। क्षमाचा वैष्णव मंडल की जय। क्षमा भक्ता वृंद की जय। कौल करथल की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।